looking at the DOGE stuff, and I want to talk about this next hour, we have to be really, really careful because I don't know about you, but when I heard that we possibly paid for Chelsea Clinton's wedding.
Yeah. Do we have that substantiated, though? Is that...
We don't.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going...
There's a ton.
Yes. Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff coming out online. And you can't quote this stuff. You have to be really, really careful because we don't want to, wreck our credibility. And, when we find out that it is absolutely true, that's when we can go and say, round them up. Yeah. Let's put them in court.
Yeah. There's a viral chart going around that shows that Chelsea Clinton got, I don't know, something like $84 million from the foundation, from the Clinton Foundation, and that $3 million of that went to her wedding.
Okay. So I think they did get $84 million. I
think that went to the whole foundation,
run.
Right? It went to the foundation.
Got it for the whole run.
Yeah.
For Haiti or whatever, and we know they spend $84 million in Haiti because look at the place now. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Well, we were there how many years after the earthquake, and it still looked the same as if the earthquake had just happened. Oh, remember that?
And the people from Haiti were saying to us, where's the money?
Where's the $10 billion? Yeah, because that could have rebuilt
all that.
That could have rebuilt the entire country. $10 billion.
About 4 times about 4 times over, I think.
Yep.
It is, Haiti is just, it's a sad situation. It's been ripped off by everybody in the world over and over and over again. And I think the Clintons are, they kind of lead the way on the charity for Haiti graft. Yeah. But we don't know anything about that. We know that the Clinton Initiative did get $84 million, but we don't know any more than that. And, honestly, if you're spending your tax dollars, that's what people have to realize. Even if it is... even if it didn't go to Chelsea's wedding, which I'd be shocked if they were that bold. Yeah. But this isn't an effective use of your money. And people who are looking at it and say, well, it was only $5 million. How much money have you paid your entire life in taxes? Because I guarantee you it's not going to be $5 million. It's not. Very few people have to pay $5 million in their lifetime of taxes. So that means everything that you paid, everything that you worked for, when you work 4 months a year to pay your income tax, all of that has been wasted your entire life. I don't know. I'm kind of pissed about that. Mm-hmm. What could you have done with all of that money? And I just don't. I don't get people who are, again, like we said, I'm for aid. I'm absolutely for aid. Mm-hmm. I'm absolutely for looking at countries and saying, how can we help you if it's in our interest? And that's not aid. That would be development. But I'm not for most of the development that has been happening. I'm not interested in nation building. Even if you're for that, are you cool with it going 60 cents on every dollar to the government officials or to the charitable officials and only 40 cents of that dollar? I'm not happy with that. We've gotten so used to corruption in our government. On the Pentagon spent $400 on a toilet seat. We're so used to that we just expect it. This is not that. The corruption that we're finding now is beyond imagination. It's going to be hard for people to get their arms around what you're actually looking at, because we expect a certain amount of corruption. but nothing like this. And if you're a Democrat and you're inclined not to believe it, okay, I can understand that. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for a while. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say, I probably would have been skeptical if Joe Biden, I would have been skeptical if Joe Biden would have come in and said, we're going to rout out all of the corruption. I would have thought, well, no, they're getting rid of anybody who is conservative on corruption. That's why I'm so excited about the Pentagon, because that's going to be a lot of conservative love. You know what I mean? So-called conservative love. It's just graft and greed and cronyism. But still, we're supposed to be in love. The left is supposed to be in love with aid. We're supposed to be in love with death. I'm not. I'm not blind to either one of those things. But go into the Pentagon. I'd love to see them take. Do you see the congressman or the senator last week that held up a bag of bolts and said, this is about $10 at the store? It's $10,000 if the Pentagon buys it.
Jeez.
Where's that money going?
Incredible.
Where is that money going? Who's getting that money? And you would say, well, they're charging $10,000 a bolt because, the aircrafts that they're building, they're so expensive and they can't actually charge the price of what it takes. No, they're charging us the price with all of the overruns, all of the hundreds of billions of dollars in overruns. They're charging us that as well. Mm-hmm. So my question is, where do those billions of dollars end up? In just the pockets of what? McDonnell Douglas?
Raytheon?
Raytheon? Is that, where do...
Congress people?
Is it just in the...
Who knows? A lot. A lot of it, it is winding up in their pocketbooks. Has to be.
And what really bothers me is these people are taking our tax dollars and then they're giving that money through lobbying to our politicians who are allowing the corruption to happen. So it's just this giant circular, I'm just going to leave it at that. It's just this giant circular something. I don't know what happens in circles, but there it is. Mm-hmm. By the way, the other thing that Trump said, first of all, he's getting rid of pennies. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Executive order. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Takes 3 cents to create 1 cent. What are we doing? That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, especially when nobody wants pennies. Nobody uses them. Nobody. No. If you ever use cash and you get pennies back, you just put it in their take a penny jar usually, and don't even want it messing up your pocket.
Right. It's absolutely worthless to the American people, and it costing our government 3 cents to make 1 cent. Finally, the president is, all of this stuff is so common sense.
Yeah.
That's what's so frustrating about all of this. This should have been done long ago, but for some reason, we just couldn't. We've known about the penny thing. Well, I've known about the penny thing when it was a cent and a half to make a penny. Mm-hmm. It's been that long ago. He's leaving
no stone unturned right now. You got the penny thing, and then he just did the straw situation. Did you see that? We're going back to plastic straws. Yes, he just signed an executive order, or he's going to, ending the ridiculous today, Biden push for paper straws, which don't work. Back to plastic, he tweeted out. Or truthed out. It's fantastic.
I absolutely love that.
It's amazing the things that he's covering at a breathtaking speed.
Do we have the CBS anchor trying to explain how Trump's approval ratings are going through the roof? Listen to this. Cut 10.
What's driving this?
I will keep it simple, Margaret.
He's doing, in the eyes of the public, what he said he would do in the campaign. There's political value in that. In fact, 70% of people say he's doing what he promised. That's whether they approve of him or not. Now, there's another part of this that continues over from the campaign. There were words that he was described as being tough, being energetic, and he still is today in big majority numbers. So as people take a look in these first few
70%.
weeks, there's been a lot of activity. They're getting that general sense of governance, and that's being reflected in these early numbers.
So that's perception. What about the actual policies?
Well, let's start with the ones that are popular. And again, these echo a lot of what we saw in the campaign. The idea of deporting those in the country illegally continues to be popular. We saw that in the campaign.
59%.
Sending troops to the U.S.-Mexico border. Again, majority in favor. We've seen that in the campaign.
Wow.
I mean, it is, and they're just baffled by it. I don't understand. No, really.